The Wishmakers stand at the top of their tree, overlooking the sea of leaves and branches that spans for miles upon miles in every direction. Ships with great big saw blades lurch over the sprawling green to dock at their harbor. The elder Wishmaker leans towards the other and says, "Are all the preparations ready?" "Indeed." "Then let us commence the final race." The two vanish all at once as storm clouds quietly grow over Wishmaker's eye. Welcome back to Wildsea. We are in our very first session. We have made the characters, we have the backstory, and I'm joined again by Will Mercer, Sam Gulo, Dylan Ballard-Nilly, and Michael Thomas Grant. And of course me, Joe Prada.
I was very prepared for it, and I'm fucking exhausted. You do not ruin this for me, any of you.
All right. Should we just jump right into it?
Yeah, let's dive in.
All right. Another cannon blast sounds off. It's been going off all morning, all night. Ever since the race was announced, the cannon to the moon has had a line at the base of the small island. It looks like a lighthouse. When it was wished into existence, it's like a turtle shell that has a lighthouse on top of it, but at the top of the lighthouse is a giant, circus cannon. And there is somebody blasting off to the moon every 5 minutes. The sun rises over the horizon. We see two characters. They are pulling into port. They have been traveling day and night to get to their spot because they heard that the race has started. And this may very well be the last race. These two characters, they're riding on a beast of sorts. What does it look like?
So it has the body of a whale covered in fur with the hands of a mole and an orca mouth coming into a little mole snoot.
Oh my goodness. And what is the creature called?
This is the Morca?
This is the Morca. And
good old Morca.
On the back of it, you've turned it into a ship.
Yes. So on the upper decks, if you will, the top of it, there is some rigging and some wood and the top of a fruiting tree hanging up that is host to various fruits.
I could say I'd argue the usage of on the back more as in the back of it.
Which is a tail.
All right. Okay. So the ship itself is perched on top of the beast.
Yeah. and inside.
Gotcha.
But there is a hollowed out section inside the beast where there are some extra rooms and space for people.
So the beast is crawling just through the surface of the thrash.
Correct.
And there is a place where you can stand that the tree kind of stands as the mast, the main mast.
Correct, yes.
That just kind of hovers as it moves. As it moves across the sea, you were going to the port and you were going to Wishmaker's Isle, the famous place where the race starts. Up ahead, it looks like a giant sequoia tree. It's a tall shank that stands above the trees, nearly 2 miles above it.
Oh, wow.
And there's a big metal circular disc that hangs from the trunk of the tree that acts as the port, a circular port for all the ships to pull in.
Oh, okay.
Right now, it is completely full and packed with people, ships, beasts, anything that floats is here. You guys pull into port. Who are you? This is going to be our first look at the characters. Where are you guys at on the ship?
Well, sitting at the top of as we pull into port, at the top of the tree that's emerging from the back of the Morca, there's a young Mothran. He is very thick brown fur all around him with patches, mostly on the hands and feet, patches kind of becoming purple silver at the end, with wings that appear to be just a much darker black. Silverish ring designs within them.
Okay.
Just looking at it, it might look like maybe there's supposed to be some sort of target of some sort, but it's hard to tell. And
Okay.
wearing a blue jean jacket and some green cargo pants. Hanging from the belt, he's got himself a little tape player. And the most standout feature people will notice, a braided beard and then 3 long stranded braids going back on his head. And at the end of each of them seems to be an audio jack.
I love that. What's his name?
This is Luca.
Luca. And you are a Mothran.
Is Mothran.
Excellent.
For those who may not be aware, Mothran are a race of humanoid moth-like creatures.
Yes. That have just popped up within the last century.
Yes.
Excellent. What are you doing in the tree?
I sort of seem to be swaying back and forth, my eyes closed. If you could get close enough to him, you could almost hear a song. You know when sometimes someone has their headphones on?
Yeah.
And you can you can't like hear maybe what the song is, but you can hear the noise. You can almost hear that, but like it's almost like it's coming off of his fur and his wings, and you can kind of sense like small vibrations, and the music seems to be coming from those. And if you really look, one of the braids seems to be jacked into the tape player.
I love that.
As we're getting closer to the port, I open my eyes. Hey dudes, we're coming up on it now.
Where are you at?
So inside the ship, with his forehead against the flesh walls of this Morca, is Cybin, who is a Gao, which is a fungal race. His head is inside of this heavy bark shell, almost like, think like a cloister, but his head and upper body are inside this bark shell that will cover him up and protect him.
Yeah.
Right now, the head is fully exposed and up against the wall. He has anemone-like vines that kind of flicker and wave that he'll interact with things with. His arms are slightly elongated, like a little too much to be human, and even a little weird by Gao standards.
Yeah.
His legs, they're almost like bird legs, how the knee's on the wrong side.
Okay.
So I've known the idea for this character for a while, but this is the first time I've heard you physically describe in detail what he looks like.
Yeah, he's a sight to behold. He's a sweet, gentle giant.
The birdlet, they scare me. Okay, cool.
How tall is he again?
He's probably about like 6'7".
Okay.
Yeah.
Goes nice with my 5'4" Mothran.
Yeah.
And what are you doing? You're just...
He's currently communicating with the ship and steering it.
Okay.
And the ship is communicating back to him what it is seeing.
Okay.
So he's witnessing all this through the ship's eyes using the pheromones and the Gao language to speak with it.
That. Okay, so you're communicating with the ship. What are you... And you're experiencing everything through its sight.
Experiencing it through it. And so when he says down, dudes, we're here, I'm well aware of it, and I do not respond.
You can feel the heaviness of like its claws, like clawing over the thrash, trying to keep itself afloat. And you hear it like an idle thought kind of passes through its mind of just kind of like, too many people. Too many people. And it gets nervous. You feel like it's scared to approach.
Shh. You'll be okay, my friend. We've got this.
Give me a roll.
Okay.
Try to convince it that it is safe.
How do we want to do this? So this is the first roll.
This is going to be our very first roll. We've never rolled before. So you are going to build a dice pool. You're going to select one edge, one skill, or a language, skill or language.
Okay.
And then you can use resources if you have them.
I don't, but...
Okay. We'll get to that. It's fine that you start with
So I will use instinct.
Instinct? Okay.
Because it's like my sense of the world, trying to put that into the creature.
Gotcha.
And then I will go with, do I go with the language I'm speaking to it, or do I go with sense so that it can sense the world as I do? I'm going to go with sense.
All right. So how many dice is that?
That is 4 dice.
Gotcha.
3 for sense and 1 for instinct.
Perfect.
Now I'm going to roll. So I got 2 6s, a 5, and a 4.
Excellent. So you've got 2 6s. Whenever you roll it, we're going to use the highest dice that you make.
Okay.
But whenever you get doubles, there's a twist. And a twist is a really fun thing in this game because everyone at the table decides what it is. I have no say and you have no say.
This.
So because you got 2 6s, it is incredibly successful. It's a triumph. So you're able to successfully convince and soothe your ship, your Morca.
Morca.
But what is the twist, guys? What happens? And everybody agrees on this at the table. Everybody can suggest something.
The Morca spots a similar kind of ship, like another like
That's like a pretty ship.
Yeah, a pretty ship.
A lady ship?
It becomes
It
very
becomes
comfortable.
infatuated. it starts trying to spit game.
As you were convincing the Morca that like everything's fine, everything's safe, you see the Morca catch a glimpse of this other massive atrocity, but it does not have any inhabitants in it. And it immediately just goes, must breed. But it is convinced.
Like politely, or is it?
The natural animal instinct of mate.
Oh, immediately.
Immediately.
It's not like
Just,
it's
yeah,
not,
the sense
Yeah.
of mate.
Oh wow,
Yeah.
wow. All right.
Politely
It's
like,
there.
pardon me, wanna go back in my place and mate?
How do Morcas peacock? Is that what we're gonna find out?
We
here?
might find out a little later. But
It just like it would like a normal peacock, but it just launches the ship portion of the ship.
yeah, famously, Morgas, they use their tails and they jump as high as they can backwards and then backflop
Yeah.
into the thrash. You do everything in your power to repress that, and you do it well.
Later.
And
No,
the
no,
Morga
you want
goes,
to look cool.
okay, into port. It knows what port is because you've done this a couple of times. And you pull in. You're able to pull into port. You see yourself kind of pull up along this big, thick metal disc. And as you get closer, you see that there are hundreds of ships. Well, it feels like hundreds, but really it is a full dock. That's what you realize as you start to get closer. And you have pulled into one of the last spots on this port. And as you pull in, you see all the deckhands. They start to kind of wave you in, and you can see through the eyes, like they're saying like where to signal you, and you do it perfectly because you got your 6s. And then they're able to like throw some ropes and vines over it. And how do you port? How do you?
We'd probably attach it to our rigging that exists in there.
like a horse,
A horse? Oh, I see what you're saying. You're saying like wrap it
like
around.
on a bridle.
Yeah. Perfect. Just we get a giant log to put in its mouth.
And that way, if it has a seizure,
Like a part of it, if it has a seizure, it's taken care of.
It doesn't bite its tongue off. That's
So
great.
as they're throwing the ropes, I pause my music, and through a combination of just kind of trying to glide down with my wings between the branches until I get on top of the rigging on the Orca to go up and like help tie the ropes.
Can I make you roll for that?
Sure.
I want you to roll the glide.
Roll to glide?
Yeah.
All right, that's the ship. That's not gonna
Unless
happen.
that's something that you just naturally do and I'm just wrong.
I don't know if they naturally kind of. I think I have to take a skill. I don't think I have that one.
Okay. Then yeah, let's do a roll. I'm gonna make you do a roll. Everybody's gonna get a roll that doesn't matter. It's gonna be good.
All right, I'm gonna roll using grace and flourish.
Okay.
That makes sense.
Gotcha. Roll them.
3 2s and a 6.
Hey, you got that 6.
yeah, that's 6.
Highest numbers are your result. Cool. And then playing the outcome.
Although technically I did get triples, even though it wasn't the highest number. Does that do the twist for
The
doubles?
number
at all?
shown in the doubles doesn't matter, just whether 2 or more dice came up the same. Managing the triple or higher skill counts as double. So yeah, yes, you got doubles?
You
I got doubles and I got the 6.
And you got triples
Cool.
and a 6.
Yeah, you got triples and a
triples.
6.
Triples is
Then yes,
best.
there's a twist. Every time there's a double, there's a twist. So you successfully do exactly what you do. You do it with the flourish. So you're coming from the tree down to the vines to tie everything off?
Mhm.
What is the twist?
I think the dock guards are real impressed by
Yeah,
this.
I think
Sure.
that lady ship now has a
like, he's flipping down
every
these
twist I pitch is just gonna deal with
just
that
gonna
lady
lean
ship.
closer to Lady Ship.
Truly, the passengers on the ship are the peacock.
Oh, okay, yeah, exactly,
There it is.
yeah.
So as you're doing your thing, you flourish beautifully. I think just as like you open up your wings and you pull the jack out, there's still a brief moment of music where you just hear like this like really bright twang of a banjo or like a guitar. And so you do that really quick and it pops out, and then you just glide down. And there's some other Mothrans that are like deckhands that they all have like white jumpsuits. It's really weird.
I'm going to say, as I do that, as my wings go out, you notice that they kind of vibrate, which causes music to come out. And the circles, it becomes more clear that the wings are designed to look like speakers.
Yes.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, they're playing music outside of it. I love that. They catch a little bit of that as you're doing it. And they kind of go like, whoa, that's so cool. Like you see them all stop before like one of the like that big strong Ectus kind of, come on, hurry up, let's go. You've made some friends in the dock already.
See you, dudes. It's all right. That's the power of music. Come find me sometime.
They've gone back to work. Completely ignored you. All right, you guys are docked. The dock hand comes up to the ship. How do you guys get off this giant beast?
I would communicate with it and I would say, I'll be back soon. Please roll. And it'll roll slightly to the side to where like the part of the dock would like slap onto it and I'd just walk out from the inside of its back.
I think you hear a lot of the ropes tighten as they do it, and all the deckhands go like, whoa, 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 whoa. But you've left enough slack in the ropes where that just happens and everyone's kind of like, whoa.
Given where I am on there, as it tilts, I kind of just lazily lie back and slide down until I land on the dock from...
That's so cool.
Hank, stay with the ship, please.
What is...
See you, Hank.
do you want me to voice Hank?
If you'd love to.
What is Hank?
Hank's a gal.
Hank's a
that
gal?
we rescued in the waves years ago.
Okay, gotcha.
And he's stayed with the ship ever since.
You hear him go, oh. Which is fairly normal for Hank. That's actually a really good sound.
He did great.
Yeah.
Good job, Hank.
Sounding lively today, Hank is.
Yeah, Hank must be in a really
Crazy,
good mood.
man.
You see a dockmaster, and they are an ardent. They're a human being. And they're dressed in like the same white overalls as most of the crew, except they got like a blue stripe right where their like pocket is, right there on their chest. That just kind of like differentiates them a little bit. Yeah. They come up to you and they have this like giant piece of bark that has been nailed down with like several pieces of paper. And they've got like this charcoal pen that they're writing down is like, all right, perfect. Last one's in. Can I get your names?
Yes, I'm Cybin.
Cybin. And what do we call your vessel?
Morca.
Morca. And you are here for the race, correct?
Yeah, of course.
Absolutely,
Why else would we be here?
Cybin and Morca. Excellent. You were the last ones on our list. Everybody's accounted for.
Awesome.
We've never had a full list of racers ever in the history of the race. Isn't that something?
That is something.
That's
What's
wild,
the
man.
total number?
50. You were number 50. We've been waiting for you guys to pull in and port all day.
Crazy. We've been waiting to pull into port all day.
Ha, ha, ha. All
Funny
right,
how life works.
I'm going to need you to sign here.
Sure.
And you see, it's just a bunch of other names that have other people who have been signed into port. And you see everyone kind of on your page, like a list of 25 people who have been pulled into the port, like on the list. There are lots of notable names, I should say this, but there's an overwhelming amount of names on this list. If there was something that you wanted to take a peek at, or if there were any names that you wanted to grab, or any particular person that you were looking for, I would urge you to roll now.
I don't think I know enough about the race to look through that.
Gotcha.
Just out of pure curiosity.
Sure.
I'm just going to look at the names because there's like 2 or 3 I know in my head.
Okay.
I was like, I wonder if they're here.
Gotcha.
So
I would say that's either a Sharps, an Instinct, or Veils.
So I think I'm going to do Sharps, and would Sense work for it?
I'd say Study. This is definitely a study, yeah.
All right. So that's going to be 2 dice.
2 dice.
They're doubles, but they're double ones.
It's 2 ones, so that is going to be our first disaster.
With a twist.
With a twist. A failure that also introduces a narrative complication or drawback of some kind. I think the bad result is the dockhand is going to immediately see that you're looking over the list. You've leaned in a little too close and you're starting to run your finger down the list. And he's going to snatch it back from you really quick and go, hey, that's not allowed. Not by me. All right? And now he's registered your name, your complexion, and everything who you are. So that's going to have bad connotations for you in the end. What is the twist?
The person he was looking for is right behind him.
I'd say the twist is I didn't give him my name.
No, you can't take twist.
Oh.
It's everyone else at the table. So the person he's looking for is right behind him?
Yeah.
I love that.
Excellent. Okay, so now I gotta ask, were you looking for a specific, was there anybody specific that you were looking, who was the person?
Oh, you absolutely know who I was looking for.
Were you looking for
I was looking to see if Plucky Patty was
the
in this
lady
room.
herself? You didn't catch where she was, and you're kind of like, shit,
Oh,
now I've
dang.
made an enemy of like the Wishmaker's crew. And then you hear out from behind you, out of the way, Slenny Jim. And this bony arm and elbow just like nearly pushes you off the dock as this woman with this great blue like brimmed hat and this old woman just kind of starts bustling by with bags on her shoulders. Bags that look twice as heavy as her, but she's carrying effortlessly.
I just got called Sonny Jim by Plucky Patty, man.
Who's Plucky Patty?
You don't know who Plucky Patty is?
You don't know who Plucky Patty is? The dockmaster's now looking at you.
Should I?
Yes, everyone loves Plucky Patty.
I guess I love Plucky Patty.
You know the race that we're in?
Yeah.
She's like everyone's favorite for the past 50 years.
50 years.
She came out of retirement just to be in this race.
Wait, she's an ardent and she's been favored for 50 years?
I know,
Do they
right,
live
dude?
that long?
I didn't know that they could.
And he is
This guy's an ardent as well.
Whoa.
Whoops. The dockmaster says, pleasure to meet you. Good luck in the race. Good luck in the
you.
last race. I'll see you guys later. And he
Keep
starts
it cool,
walking
dude.
away. And he says, starts tomorrow. Race starts tomorrow. I got to tell you that. And he walks back over and he kind of starts rubbing at his brows and goes, hold on. There's a spiel I got to tell you. Race starts tomorrow, noon sharp. Be in your ships, ready to go. For the night, all the captains are here. We have rooms for you. We've lodging for you up in the tree. And he points up to like the middle section of the tree, about like a mile up. And he says, you got to climb up through there. You'll see it. It's spot number 50. You'll see it.
50.
There's lots of amenities inside the tree. There's going to be bars. There's going to be lodgings. There's going to be places where if you need to smoke, you can smoke. If you need fire, there's fire there.
No, I think we're good on
we're
fire.
don't-
We're
no
done
one's
with
fire.
Then stay away from there.
Yeah.
It's clearly marked. You don't need to worry about that. But also, you see, and he kind of points out to the disc, and there's the dock itself, which has been kind of roped off with like really strong vines. But beyond that, you see like there's like lots of people, and you see like makeshift tents and like merchants selling fine cloths and all this stuff. And he says, that's the bazaar on the out.
No, that seems pretty normal to me.
Haha. I haven't heard that one today. But there you can get all your traders. Really? You're serious?
Yeah, dude.
Oh, you don't know it's bizarre, right? And you see the guy's like face like drops. Says, "Have I been saying that right? Is that how? You guys are the last people to come in. I've been telling everybody. Is that how you pronounce it?
I'm sure that's fine.
It's got to be right.
Yeah,
It's gotta be.
I think so. I think that was my Foxpo.
What?
Yeah.
Yeah, so we have some people who've come in who were dropped off, and they're selling anything that you might need. But also inside we have shops and merchants as well, specialty merchants.
Oh,
That's what you're looking
bizarre.
for.
Okay, now I get it.
Oh. And then he starts quickly kind of rush through it. Just make sure that if you're going to start any fights, that it doesn't destroy the tree or anything like that. Like, there are captains here. Please don't kill them if you can help it.
Is there going to be fighting?
And the dude smiles at you and says, probably.
Huh. Poor things.
And then he flips through the thing and says, would you like to place a bet?
On what?
On the captains that are actually going to make it to the race. Me and the boys, we have some bets already going if you'd like to join in.
Sure, I'll bet that we'll make it into the race.
I mean, you can. Sure. All right. How much?
He doesn't have pockets or anything. Just, 6 apples? He looks back at the tree on his ship.
And he writes it down. 6 apples. All right. 6 apples on you if you make it to the race.
Okay.
Hey, you?
I'm gonna put 10 apples on Plucky Patty, man.
10 apples, Plucky Patty, she makes it to the race. That is. I don't know about that, man.
Hey, she's plucky.
I'm not going to. Hey, your
It's
apples.
in her name, dude.
Your apples, dude. And he says, all right, cool, excellent. If there's anything you need, anybody who looks like me, And he points to the white jumpsuit and asks him for questions. We're here to help you out.
Thank you so much.
Awesome.
Excellent.
Out of character, just curious. Is the cannon to the moon, is that like in a completely different area, or is that near enough that that it's noticeable from?
It is in a different area. It is probably about 5 miles out from
Okay,
where
so we
we're
wouldn't
at,
like hear it or anything.
but you have been hearing it.
Okay.
Over this entire conversation, every 5 minutes, cannon fire is going off.
Some crazy fanfare you got, dude.
That? Yeah, not really. And the dude gets glum really quick. It's just kind of like a lot of people losing hope with the death cult and their wish coming into fruition this year.
Oh yeah, I knew there was something about this race. I remember hearing something about
It's
this
the
one.
last one. He told us when we came in. That's why we decided to do this.
Yeah, I didn't remember why it was the last one. I thought maybe they just like were stopping them. Like,
No, it's the
Like
people from the moon.
discontinue.
They're coming.
huh?
That's.
Yeah.
Do we know they're people?
No.
Interesting. Let's go to the bazaar.
Yeah, I need
guys-
something to cheer me up after that.
It's getting early off. So your character, could you describe him a little bit for me, please?
Yeah, absolutely. So we'll start from the head, which is a 6-sided cube. It
My
is
favorite kind of cube.
Yeah, thank you. It is they're all it's a black surface with a white rim around it on each side.
Right.
And those black surfaces are filled in with small pegs. Essentially, it's 6 light brights
6 light brights melded together?
melded together. But because they are an ironbound, they
Yeah.
have autonomy of which they can move their head into what direction. On each side are different emotions.
6 light brights in a raincoat. Sneaking into a movie.
So yeah, it starts with a light bright head, and then we come on down to the main skeletal feature, which is connects, Legos,
Oh my God.
magnetiles, just a whole bunch of toys and different build-a-block parts.
Lincoln Logs.
Yeah, Lincoln Logs. Anything that you would build with as a child creates this skeletal mass, and on its arms we have 2 big slinkies, giant slinkies,
Yes.
with rotating hand attachments.
Okay.
We have a G.I. Joe with the action grip hand. We rotate around. We have just connecting.
Like Lego hands?
Yeah, so just
Oh my
very closable
God.
Lego hands. And then we wrap around one more time, and it's Rock'em Sock'em Robot Fist.
How big are you again?
Oh, Titanic.
It's what, 7, 9 feet?
Yeah.
9 feet?
So I would say I'm probably 6. We'll say I cap out at 6'5" because I'm on my hands and feet. I move
Okay.
around
Gotcha.
like a silverback gorilla.
Okay.
So when they're fully standing tall, yeah, we'll say that maybe they're
9 feet tall.
capping out. Jesus, that
Yeah,
guy is huge.
You're a big boy.
Yeah, big boy.
But just imagine the size of those Lego hands, I think is
Yeah.
what terrifies me.
Absolutely,
It's like the
Because they-
statue outside the front of Lego.
But
Land.
yeah,
bigger.
exactly.
Imagine how much more terrifying it'd be if they were Stretch Armstrong arms.
And now imagine it if it had a giant nail.
Ugh. All right. Excellent.
Yeah, and then they have their skeletal frame and on their feet. And I wanted to make this homage to you, Joe.
Oh.
Their feet are moon shoes. But he can. He has
no.
a 3 in wave walk, and it's partially because of his bouncy moon shoes.
He wave walks on moon shoes.
So he's a silverback gorilla that literally every time like he moves,
Yeah.
his back end is bouncing up and down.
like to head height.
Yeah.
kind of. Oh, great. I like.
Oh my god.
And I think I said with you guys that his shoulders are those open and close like plastic balls. And most of the time they start closed, but if they're fighting, if they need the extra reach, they'll open up.
The kinetic balls.
Yeah, the kinetic balls, and then they have the slinky arms for.
That's insane.
They look like you gave a 5-year-old steroids.
Yeah.
You know, like their imaginary friend went. Oh, it's just like
There you go.
Yeah.
all of my toys can defend me from any.
Not just a 5-year-old
Yeah.
on steroids.
There's a difference between a 5-year-old imaginary friend and a 5-year-old on steroids.
No, this 5-year-old was given steroids and then designed toys that he could play with.
Classic 5-year-old.
So and what is your name?
Rise, Reverend Rise.
You are a reverend because you come from the cult of Ascension.
Yes, that is correct.
It is the cult that long ago a crew won the race and wished for rocks to be floating in the sky.
Mm-hmm. And a society built within it. Each member of the crew helped develop the society that's up there.
And you were one of those crew.
Yes, I wished for the school.
Reverend.
Professor Reverend Rise.
So you are renowned through Ascension and its floating island, essentially. But you've gone MIA.
Yeah, I've just been up there.
You've been up there, but you left there.
Mm-hmm. Oh, yes.
Did you tell anybody about your departure?
I don't think I did. I think
Okay.
what I'm doing right now is I have felt the call to take up the mantle again, and there's a little bit of turmoil happening within the ranks of Ascension. And so to avoid being told no, I
Yeah.
just skipped the question.
Excellent. And by doing that, you skip down on a trade ship.
Mhm.
There are ships that are designed to come up to Ascension that were built by Ascension that can float through the sky. They operate on hot air and very tightly sealed leather wrappings and leaves that, of course, you and your pupils designed.
Mhm.
And so you are hitching a ride in secret down to Wishmaker's Isle.
Yeah, my current cube is probably a smiley face with like a mustache on it, so that nobody
Perfect.
recognizes me.
Does your mouth
Sounds
move?
completely inconspicuous.
All the pegs move individually, and they like light up.
Oh, they do?
and, yeah.
Okay. Gotcha.
Um,
It's not like a neon sign where it's like they blink and the movement is like stylized.
No, I think it's constantly like a moving face,
That's
right?
Crazy,
Like
okay.
Rorschach's mask from
That became way
Watchmen.
scarier.
I actually
But-
enjoy that a lot, yeah.
No
when,
one's scary in this group.
when they're talking, whichever face they're on stays their face.
Yeah.
3 panels come down and just form subtitles.
No way.
They close caption themselves.
I love that.
Incredible.
But you're coming down on this like small barge.
Mhm.
It's almost like a solo barge. Really only built for one person, which is the trader, who is a very like tiny little gal, probably like
Right.
2 feet tall, but sells like huge like piles of food. Like he's one of the food suppliers to the island up in the sky, and he's enamored with you. Absolutely loves you, and he says, "Gee, Mr. Rise, I'm so glad you came with me. I'm so glad that I'd be honored to fall out of the sky with you." And you notice that it's falling considerably faster than you'd be liking. And the guy was working extra hard to keep it in the air. Like there's a chemical burner that's just beneath it that's kind of keeping everything hot inside, but it's working overtime. It is the equivalent of a small toaster that is keeping the air hot.
Got it. Okay.
Compared to you, this air balloon is an actual balloon.
Right. Thank you for taking me along with you. I do appreciate that.
Of course. So you're joining the race?
I am. I'm putting my foot back in the door.
Wow. What are you going to wish for when you win again?
I think I'm gonna wish for the end of the cult wish, of the death cult wish.
Yeah, what is that called? Hold on.
Yeah,
I think
did we have a name? What was our lore?
we do. Hold on.
What lore?
What, Lore?
What? What lore?
What?
Horizon.
Wait, that was for
Horizon.
this?
Horizon.
I'm going to reverse Horizon's wish and make sure that Ascension can protect those it needs to.
Wow, Mr. Rise, if anybody could do it, you could do it. I know you can. I'm so excited to see you succeed.
Are we like next to like a tree or anything coming down?
Yes.
Okay, good. I'm gonna flip over to like Action Joe hands and just kind of like just hold it. Like
You start grinding against the tree.
Yeah, just try to slow us down a little bit.
Right now you're at the top of the Wishmaker's Island.
Great.
And so like you're at the top branches where like it nosebleeds. Everything looks really tiny beneath you.
Sure.
Make a roll, actually.
Yeah,
I want you to
yeah.
roll for this.
All right.
See how quickly you're able to stable the descent.
Let's go. Let's say iron. Do I want to do brace?
Yes.
Makes sense.
Why
That's
not?
perfect.
Iron,
I think that'd be
brace,
great.
and then I don't think I have any aspects for this.
I think this is a solid roll. How many dice is that?
3.
Okay.
Yeah, absolutely. 3 dice. That's a 6.
Any doubles?
No doubles.
All right, that's a 6. You are able to successfully like slow the descent significantly. You are now controlling the descent. The vessel that you find yourself in is able to support you, but now that like you're giving it the extra support that you need, you can easily control the descent however you'd like.
Okay, great. Yeah, I'm just gonna like, just like let go.
And you see the Gao is significantly less nervous, and he goes, "Oh, thank you so much. I didn't want to say anything, but I was really nervous that we might crash and die."
That's all right.
Not that I think that you wouldn't save me or anything like that, or that you would get hurt, or the people would know that I'd killed the savior of Ascension.
Every good deed deserves a good reward,
Oh.
and you would not have gone punished for doing such a kind thing.
Thank you. Yeah, a good deed. So who are you racing with?
I haven't figured that out yet.
Oh,
The old crew is not joining me this time.
I thought you were gonna meet him down there.
Not yet. We're all still working it out, and there's plenty of things that need to be done back at home base.
Thinking about it now, I didn't think that you guys were going to enter the race again. I've heard talks that Ascension was just kind of like getting ready to float up into space. Last I heard, I didn't know that they were going to wish themselves into space.
Ascension is not going to leave any of its children behind, including those who wish to rise up with us.
And you see the Gao stops and kind of like turns his head and goes, "I've never heard that before from Ascension." I mean, I listen to a lot of talks. I listen to a lot of whispers, and a lot of the people that I meet there are pretty gung-ho about like they're right and everyone else deserves what they get. I've never heard that perspective from anyone.
Ascension's been caught in its own bubble for quite some time, on its own island, both literally and metaphorically.
He nods and says, "Yeah, that's kind of how it feels. I'm glad we're speaking freely about it."
Absolutely. I think the world needs to be reminded that Ascension is here for its people.
Huh.
And all we ever really wanted was to help people rise above where they thought they were.
Go ahead and roll. God, give me some like enamored roll. Like I think you're hitting strings with this guy right now that are gonna make him like just idolize you.
Okay, great.
So I want to give you. Actually, you know what? I don't want you to roll.
Okay.
I think I'm gonna give you a track, and I want to put this on your sheet. And I think it's going to be a 3 marked track,
Mm-hmm.
and it's going to be called Ascension Awareness.
Ascension Awareness.
Yeah, I'm going to do that. And go ahead and mark one of those right now.
Got it.
Because he's going to look at you and go, wow, Reverend Rise, that's really cool that you think of all of us like that. I don't think there's a lot of people in the waves who consider anybody else but themselves.
And it's a hard world, and we don't blame them for wanting to take care of themselves first.
Yeah.
But Ascension was blessed, and we deserve to reach a hand up and pull people up when they need it the most.
Man, and the balloon is starting to like slowly come to the ground. You start to hear the rustle and bustle of the impact. Another cannon fire goes off, and he goes, I think I want to be just like you when I grow up.
You can be just like me now, too.
Wow. And then it lands with a soft thud, and he goes, all right, I will. I'm gonna be just like you. I'm gonna start today. And he grabs his like little tiny backpack and throws it over his shoulders. And you can see like he starts putting like some like finer powders like he's scooping it off the floor and kind of throwing it in there. And just like, all right, you take care. If you need anything, and he kind of goes, I think he can't see over like the big tents and everything. He says, I think I'll be over there. My family's over there. We've already set up a tent. But if you need anything, I'd be happy to give you something free, whatever you want.
I was going to ask, do I need to pay you?
Me? Mr. Rise, you don't need to pay me anything.
What is currency?
Currency, so this is a bartering system.
Okay, good.
Everything's a barter. So when you say like betting or anything like that, it's not, there is no centralized currency. It's what you have on your body that you're able to give away.
Got it.
Your word, your actions, anything.
Got it. Okay. I'm gonna reach around and grab a peg. Be like, here. Something to remember us by.
Is massive in his hands. It is the size. I imagine this guy is just kind of like this tall, like 2 feet tall, but he's got like a.
He's that small.
Yeah.
Oh,
he's very small.
Understood.
And he's got like this. He's like a white puff mushroom.
Got it. Okay.
Like perfectly. And you hand it to him, and it's like the size of his head. And he goes, "Whoa, really?"
Absolutely.
What face was it pulled from?
It was pulled from.
What emotion?
Let's see, because he's on happy right now. So I have happy, sad, angry, confusion,
ambivalence,
depression. That's the neck.
Horny.
And horny. And at the bottom
it's a
is
winky
Bahamut.
face.
So it was part of the eyebrow from angry face.
Angry face. The ferocious anger bag.
That's right.
Oh my goodness. I'm going to value this and cherish this forever. Thank you. Oh, and you see as he gets out, he stumbles and it falls and rolls into the crowd. And you just see it disappear. And he goes, no.
Can I try to get it?
Yeah, you can have it.
Yes.
It is such an easy roll. I think you just do it. You just pick it up.
Okay, I'll just. Oh, there you are.
I nearly lost that forever. Thank you, Mr. Rise. I'll keep my secure. And you see him just kind of like lift it into his backpack and shove it into it. He says, all right, I'll see you later. Good luck in the race.
I'll see you later. Enjoy the race.
Oh, I will. Don't die out there. Goodbye.
I appreciate the confidence. Probably for like 10 minutes, I see this guy like just.
Yes. It takes a very long time.
Goodbye.
Pat.
Goodbye.
But you're stuck with the shell of whatever it is that got him back down here. It looks disposable.
Okay, great. Yeah, I forgot because I wanted to say that I'll say it was like slung to me. Like I have a big sling on.
Yeah.
Which is gonna go to the ship. Is a harpoon gun.
Oh, you have.
Yeah. It's a lucky harpoon gun.
I think the kid respectfully did not say anything about it.
That's great. I love that.
But he was in awe of it the whole time.
Okay, good.
Cool. Yeah.
Then yeah, I will say can I get this his floating craft? Can I like
Yeah, you can easily
he left
fold
it
up.
on the ground?
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm just gonna like fold it up
Perfect.
and just hold it.
You've
And
now
just
have-
add it to
You can now add to your salvage wooden scrap and leather.
wooden scrap and leather.
And you can also add a broken toaster.
Beautiful.
Perfect. I'm going to leave you there for a minute.
Beautiful.
I'm going to hop over to you.
Huh.
I actually have a question for you.
Yeah.
I've been thinking about how to introduce you for a long time.
Oh gosh.
Because I know one of the things that you want to have in your story is that you've been kicked out of the ship that you've been
Yeah.
riding with. Has that already happened, or can we go through it right now?
I was prepared to be mid, like, go from that sweet scene, children walking by with little hand pies,
Yeah.
and then me viciously grabbing the hand pies out of their hands so I
Sure.
can throw them at the Tiniox Ellineet.
Okay, so you do want to be
Yeah,
exiled.
just like fucking throw it, just
Okay.
everything like a
Perfect.
like
Okay.
when Bjork beat up that paparazzo.
Mhm.
Yeah.
No.
So imagine a man with an oarfish for a head and a body made of goop and a visible skeleton.
A catcher, yeah.
Did that to a boat. He's not great at, he's not like massively strong,
Yeah.
but he's lost his temper, and he's not doing anything smart, which is the only thing he's actually good for.
So describe your character a bit.
So he's a Ketra with sort of an oarfish-like head, so like a very long eel-like head that goes almost down to like his calves, with like a cool like red fin that follows them. That's all pierced and jeweled, like all gold chains all the way down, and with like sort of like reddish pink shirt with a cool like little circular pattern, and then these gloves that go up to his elbows with elbow pads, and then so you can't see any of his arms really, but it's a fully open shirt, and then kind of a like a sort of, they're sort of pants but also sort of a skirt, like they're like kind of interwoven in a way. He's just like he's a totally relaxed guy.
Don't we love playing fantasy games?
Yeah, just screaming, "I will boil hell itself and force it down your throat," at a boat, and people are giving him, I think, his birth. I think a little bit because like he knows that in a crowd of people,
Yes.
at the race,
The last race.
there's like at least 2 people at any one time that have like a drawn poster of him.
Yes.
Like he was part of the Tiniox Ellineet.
I'm going to backtrack a little bit. There are no drawn posters of people who are aboard the team.
Okay, sorry.
No. You guys are not criminals. You guys aren't criminals.
Oh no, I'm not saying as criminals. I'm saying as heroes.
What?
As heroes.
Hold on. You have posters drawn as heroes of you?
Oh, I would say so. This is like I thought we were like
It's
professional
the
evil
propaganda, right?
The professional evil sports team.
Oh,
yeah.
I see what you mean.
Like
yes,
that vibe where
okay.
it's like, "Hi, I'm Rick."
You guys are on trading cards?
Yeah.
Then, yes, you are actually... So, the Tiniox Ellineet, which is the ship that you were ostracized from, has...
About 15 minutes ago.
About 15 minutes ago, has a giant poster of your face plastered on the side of this ship, along
throwing
with several other of your crewmates.
I'm throwing hand pies at my own face.
And it's funny because your crewmates, your former crewmates, are currently scraping your face off of the side.
No, they're scraping pies off the side. That's why they're scraping the side.
And
It's a different thing.
They are laughing the entire time.
Oh, I'm so angry.
I
have so much fury.
They are goading you on, saying like, "You missed it this time. No wonder you're not a part of the crew anymore."
Oh my God. Is there any scrap lying around?
You look around. You're actually in the middle of the. Please correct me. Bazaar?
Yes.
Was it? Okay.
Yes, it is.
No, you are correct.
You are correct.
That was me doing work. You see a young Gao child with a gigantic peg sticking out of his backpack walk by.
I grabbed the peg out of his backpack.
No.
That's not canon. I am not the Firefly. That is not canon unless the Firefly decides.
No, I know.
You're right now currently in the middle of like the bazaar. There's lots of shops around you. You're currently at the meat pie shop.
What's the most expensive thing I can afford in the shop next door?
There's also like all the trinket shops which have like necklaces and jewelry.
Is there a
and stuff
sharp
like that.
trinket there?
Yes.
I'm going to throw it at the guy who said that.
Absolutely. It's going to be it looks like a javelin-esque.
Perfect.
Give me a roll. Give me a roll to throw it.
Great. This is going to be teeth.
Perfect.
And I have...
Is that right? What does teeth do?
Teeth is just being vicious.
Hey, you chew things.
You're not wrong.
Can I wait until he bends down so I know he's not looking?
Absolutely.
Great. Can that count as outwit?
No.
Can I outwit the DM
Savage your passion
by doing outwit?
No. So you can use teeth. I think teeth is a good one. I would use
Hunt.
Ask you to use hunt.
Literally, there is no other skill so it can be a 1 dice roll. That's fine.
I think it's just going to be. You're not a fighter.
I'm not. No, I'm not a throwing things guy.
No, yeah.
I don't need. I don't need to be.
I think. Do you have any resources at your aid that you can probably use to attach to this javelin, if anything? Because that would give you. I'd give you 1 dice for that.
Yeah, I have poison glands.
You want to put poison glands on this
I'm
thing?
gonna put poison glands on this thing and throw it at him.
All right, you're going to expend this resource when you do this.
Yeah.
All right, cool.
Does that give me another die?
It is a member of the Tin Violinette. Yeah, it's exactly the type of person he wants to kill right now.
Yes. Right? This is it.
Oh yeah, I'm gonna get a minor drive from this.
Here we go.
Yeah. Oh,
That's
no,
a 3
failure.
and a 2.
All right, well that thing's gone.
Oh, so this is a disaster.
Yeah.
Cool. So this is, you fail. You fail completely.
Yeah.
You throw the javelin, you think you've got a perfect shot, it slips out of your hand, and you actually impale a passing person that is literally 6 feet in front of you. You shot so low. And it's just...
I tried to do follow through, but I held on too long, so my body followed through. And then just went down.
2 foot
and just-
down with a gigantic egg.
It's going to be one of the
Lucky
dock
Patty.
hands.
Oh no.
You impale one of the dock hands, and suddenly this Ardent, who's in like this white overall, just goes...
All right, does it go all the way through?
It pierces him, and the poison glands activate, and he's actively poisoned.
Okay, wait, but does it go all like
Through him?
through him?
Yes, because the
But the
force
poison
of your
gland,
throw...
but like the spearhead's at the other end.
Yes.
Okay, great. I know exactly what to do now.
Okay.
Great. I
Run.
I'm a trauma surgeon.
No, do you think this guy has not done this before?
What do you
Trauma
do?
causer.
No, he pulls it through. and then he immediately sucks the poison out. And I'm immune to poison. He knows he's in trouble and that other people are coming to help. But
You start trying to suck the poison out of him. Go
Yeah.
ahead and give me a roll on this. I think this
Okay.
is going to be Sharp's instinct.
yeah, sharps. I have
You have
sharps.
sharps?
Yeah.
What else do you have?
Concoct, outwit, scavenge, vault, and sense.
I think we're going to use sense.
Okay.
Sense is actually going to be better because this is all muscle memory.
Fair. And then I can use 1 extra for my aspect for taste test.
What is the aspect?
I can identify all poisons, and I'm immune to poison.
I don't think you get to add a dice to that. That just happens. That's just what you are.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Oh, sorry. I thought that affected the track.
You know exactly what poison's going to be, and you're not going to be poisoned by it.
Yeah, fair.
But that doesn't give you extra dice.
Yeah, okay, great. Yoink.
Hey,
Hey,
that's a
alright,
6 and a
perfect.
3. You
impale a guy, but you recover perfectly.
He is no longer poisoned,
Yeah.
but he is bleeding.
Yeah.
He is impaled.
Yeah.
He is writhing in pain and screaming out loud, going,
I-
"Help!" Help!
I pick him up and I go, I can't believe you've done this loud enough for everyone to hear so that they think that the Tinois did it.
The crew of the Tinois is now sitting on the side of the boat, and you see Tinois himself leaning over with a smirk on his face. And you see the crystals that are on his shoulders because he's got the amber crystals. He's a, what is it called? Amberclad. And he's just smirking at you, and it looks like he's enjoying every minute of it.
You're tacky. If I had eyes, I would cry.
You are immediately tackled by some of the more huskier looking dock hands.
Oh my.
And you are starting to get beaten.
Yeah.
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 Can we make any saves?
Why
for that?
not?
Actually, no. I'm just going to give you damage unless you can resist this kind of damage.
No, I was about to take a thing that let me resist.
And then
But I just painfully look down at my little rat. My little rat roach.
He's just watching the whole
I
time.
go, oh god,
Scurrying
it's fucking great, cool.
Do you do anything to resist this beating? Or are you just going to take it lying down?
I try to get out of eye line of the Tinois so they don't get to watch me get beaten.
Go ahead and give me a roll for that. Go ahead and build your dice. How do you want to do this?
That's instinct because I'm so embarrassed.
Okay.
And I would like to outwit because I'm trying to break line of sight.
Okay, yeah, let's outwit. I think this is a good outwit. You can try to break the guards, because right now you're trying to get out of the guards' grip, and I think you can outwit them.
Oh, I wasn't resisting getting beaten up by the guards.
That's what I'm telling you to roll for.
Oh, okay, great. Yeah, then I'll
Yes.
Yeah, then I'll run. Okay, great. And yoink. 5.
5, 4, 3, 2.
5, 4, 3, 2.
Okay, so that is a conflict. You are able to get out of the grip, but you are going to take 1 harm.
Okay.
because you weren't able to completely evade the beating. So go ahead and mark any aspect, just a mark it, so just a slash, no exit.
Okay.
And you are able to break into a run. They are chasing you,
Okay.
but you are out of line of sight.
Great.
Perfect. Where are you trying to run? So there's inside the tree, and then there's the bazaar itself.
Yeah.
There's other ships on the dock.
Mm-hmm.
Inside the tree goes up, and it's a lot of climbing.
Crowds are where I'm gonna be best
Okay.
because that's I know how to go through crowds.
Okay, gotcha.
Yeah, he's gonna. I mean, he knows this specific dock like the back of his hand.
Yes.
He can outrun anyone in a crowd. So that's gonna be his jam. He's gonna hunker a little bit, like, you know, just taste deep bend your knees, maybe work his way towards some ships so he can find some place to
Gotcha.
to hide.
Give me another roll. I think the same roll they just made. It's going to be instinct and outwit.
Okay.
And this is going to be high impact.
Okay.
Ooh, what does that mean?
It means that this is going to be really good.
Oh,
Triple sixes.
Triple sixes. All right, so this is going to be completely successful. You know this place like the back of your hand. Probably better than these two guards who have just been hired on.
Yeah.
You know the guards pretty well. You know that these two are young bloods.
Yeah.
And so you're able to just sneak a few corners, some merchants that know you, know to stay quiet when you're around, and you're able to sneak behind their tents.
Just some angry little.
Yeah. There's like an Ectus family that just kind of goes, like trembles in fear just a little bit, and you're able to sneak behind them and go through the back, and you're hidden. What is the twist?
The twist is he also gets a little puffball guy who sees him and goes, I want to be just like you. He also inspires somebody to just go down the wrong. It's like wants to start stabbing
I was going to
guards.
say the twist is someone else who has a fish-like feature but looks nothing like him is tackled and arrested for the crime.
Oh no. This is really good.
Those are good pitches. Those are both really good pitches.
I think I'm going to go with Sam's. I think he's going to get it. I like that. I can't do a scene like that. I've had my one inspiring kid today. Yes, you are peeking up from behind like the table of like selling goods, like smelling salts. And you see another Ketra looks nothing like you. Like literally nothing like you.
Not even blue.
Not even blue. Doesn't have the long tendrils. It just kind of like, he's almost like he's a bald guy. Like he doesn't have any tendrils. Like it's really weird.
Yeah, for a Ketra, that's very strange.
It's very strange. And he has like bright purple skin.
Yeah.
And he looks old. He's going, oh, I remember a quarter. And then he gets tackled.
Wait, he remembers quarters.
Yes, he does.
This world is post-money.
Yes.
That's so old.
And you just see him get like slammed into the metal thing, and you just feel how heavy he gets slammed in beneath your feet. The metal disc beneath you just like reverberates. And how do you feel?
I thank God I'm a sociopath.
Jesus Christ.
It's just like, oh my God. That would be something I would do to make someone else feel bad.
You stand up and you just go into the main area of this tent. It's the tent behind it, and you see like there's a whole bunch of maps here, like scrolls, but you know these merchants to kind of be like rip-off maps.
Okay.
So these are kind of okey-folky. But as you're standing in here, you see two people that you've never met before. And one of them looks like a cloister. Is it open or closed right now?
It's mostly closed.
It's mostly
There's
closed.
like, you can see the brim of a nose and like the corner of eyes in it.
And he's got backwards legs. He looks like a gal, but a really freaky one at that. And then you see another one, a Mothrin, who has like gray tones, a beard, with really cool things going on with him. And they're just kind of. Sorry, I just did a really bad sum up of
No,
that.
I really like.
Love
No,
it.
it's actually super accurate. I just started.
And he's
giggling.
like, he's got really cool things.
He's got
Is
some cool
is that
stuff going
accurate
on.
of the color tone of your palette?
It's more like a light brown, and it's got some like purple
Okay.
tones at the end, the hands and feet, and some silver patches throughout.
Gotcha. So it
So
is
like silver gray. And jacket, did you say?
what is it? It's a
It's like a denim vest, right?
Oh, no, it's a jean jacket.
Oh, jean jacket.
jean
sorry.
jacket.
and cargo pants.
Gotcha. You see this really cool dude. He's standing there looking at all the maps, and he's kind of looking through it going through it like you would like a record.
Yeah.
Dude, these things look legit.
Huh.
And
Never charted that land before.
give me a roll. Give me an instinct roll. Do you have any sense?
I have 1 sense.
Yeah, give me an instinct with sense.
And 6.
6? All right. Before you were kicked off the ship, you, as you do every year, Tiniox is given a ledger of all the racers who are going to be in the race.
Yeah.
Every single one. As soon as the names are in, they're in.
Mm-hmm.
And you get a chance to look over this list and memorize every single racer on the list.
Yeah.
And each one of them, you guys do the work to figure out who they are and what they do.
Uh-huh.
That's part of Tiniox's experience and expertise, is that they kind of do like a track on every racer.
Yeah.
And so you know these two people to be the last people on the ledger of racers who were supposed to arrive today, and they have. So you know that they have open spots in the ships, that they're new to this. They haven't. Have you guys raced before?
No.
This is going to be one of their first races. And in your mind, you've already kind of pegged them as like an easy in,
Yeah.
or like to get onto their ship and destroy them.
Yeah.
But also now that you're
What
in
a
this
great way to
position-
get a free ship.
Yes.
Yeah.
So now you're in position, and you're able to kind of like remember that in the back of your mind.
Yeah.
And there they are. They're standing in front of you.
I think this tent is squirrel skin.
It is.
Oh.
You see the the Mothrin. He's got like a red curly mustache, but balding on the top of his head, and so you just see like raw, like wrinkly, like Mothrin skin, and he's got like this red vest, and he says, "It is squirrel skin.
Oh.
I got it all myself."
Oh.
But I swagger over. I just go, yeah, I guess it's just one squirrel. Pretty big squirrel, though.
It
And then
was
I saunter.
several.
I saunter.
You can see the sew lines.
No, you just cut the squirrel up that bad. Gotta pay attention to these things, man.
No, there's stitches in there.
Yeah, where he cut the squirrel. I'm sorry, what's your name again?
Oh, Luca, dude. Sorry, I forgot I introduced myself earlier.
Yeah.
Wait,
Yeah,
did I
man.
introduce myself earlier?
Yeah.
No, this person's new. Hi.
Hi, nice to meet you.
Hello. Name's Cybin.
Ah, good.
And you are...
Venick.
Venick. Interesting.
Yeah, it's all right. It's a name.
Did you say that when we met earlier or no?
Yeah, I told you, but not him. I hadn't met him yet.
You guys met earlier?
Yeah,
When?
Well, you said we did.
yeah.
And
man.
I don't remember
Look,
us not meeting.
We were just jamming out. It was a fun time. But so, what are you guys in town for?
We're racing.
Oh, you guys are. Okay, well, I mean, there's a lot of people that are just here to watch the race, but I don't know, something about you guys just made me think, like, these guys, like, know what they're doing. Like, how you were looking at those maps,
Oh,
I was
we
like,
don't.
I was like, that is a cool guy. That guy knows his stuff.
No, he's more of a fun guy.
Oh my gosh. I am going to love spending time with the two of you.
Can I roll a sense and an instinct to see if
Yes.
he's going to love spending
Absolutely.
time with us?
Absolutely.
Can I roll a sharps and a
Yes, this is going to be opposing rolls. You got a 5.
I got a conflict.
Okay, but let's see how you roll.
six.
That's a
Oh.
6. Something's fishy with this guy, and it's more than the shape of his head. But he seems all right. You need to get to know him more.
Can
You've
I roll an
completely fooled him.
instinct and a sense to think really hard? Wait, did I meet him earlier?
Absolutely. I've been waiting for you to ask. That's a 5.
It's 5.
Yep.
It's doubles.
Oh, it's doubles. Excellent. You remember there probably wasn't, but you think you know this person. You are familiar with this person. You've seen his face before. You don't know where. What is the twist? What is the twist that only affects Sam's mind?
He thinks they're related.
You have.
I love it.
So
Wait a minute.
Yeah.
Before I repupated, didn't you, like, marry one of my cousins or something? I have, like,
thoughts.
it's, like, I know I don't know you, but I think I might have known you because, like, you're really familiar.
Yeah,
That's where I
it was
know
before
him
the
from.
repupation. Maybe that if you seemed confused, it was because of the repupation.
Dude,
That makes sense.
are
Yeah,
you?
yeah, I'm good, man. I'm good. Sorry, you look so similar.
It happens.
No,
you know,
yeah,
it's
repupation.
crazy.
Yeah,
Yeah, no, he's a. I want to say baker, but I literally have no cognitive memories of when that happened. Just
Yeah, man.
flashes.
yeah. I have Baker vibes. I appreciate that.
You do. That's why I want it, because he's got the baker vibe.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
So, like, what, are you guys like just like scouting for folks out here? Are you looking for like crew or something? Or
Are you looking for a map? This guy is
I
irritated.
shoot him the dirtiest. The back side of my head flops so viciously because the front side just goes, just like darts.
Oh, hey, take your time.
We weren't, but we have plenty of open spots on our
we
ship.
should. That'd probably be helpful.
Ooh.
Like,
Yeah, I mean, wait, are you guys
It's-
racing and it's just the two of you?
oh no, there's.
Oh no, there's Hank.
Yeah, Hank's.
Oh, okay.
Hank's good.
As long as you have a Hank. But
like,
also, if you have a Hank, you might also want a Venick. I think that might be.
Venick, do you know how to race?
Well,
From baker to racer?
from Baker to Racer.
What a story.
Yeah, I know.
I
can't wait to hear more about it.
The guy behind the counter, he's from the Tiniox Ellineet.
Tiniox Ellineet
Oh,
is...
No, you can keep talking this time. Let's continue. Yeah, that's good.
Hey, I won't be goaded by you. You can't intimidate me out of my shop. You in particular. Don't be fooled by this one. He's a trained killer. He will slice your necks in the middle of the night for less than what I can give you. One of my shitty maps.
Hey,
Oh, I don't think he could
See,
find
he
my
said
neck.
he has shitty maps.
I do.
dude,
And you're a shitty person.
dude,
I'm fine.
No.
dude. Don't talk about my family like that.
Yeah, man, we're family, okay?
Yeah.
I think we should leave your establishment. Thank you for your time.
We'll be on our way. Come on, cuz.
Yeah, fucking hate plebes, man.
Am I in crazy?
So now-
what is this?
The passive aggressiveness on this character
I love it.
is sending me every second.
As we leave the flaps, just... So what is the Tiniox Ellineet?
Well,
Ellineet?
so there was in races past, there's a mercenary vessel. Mercenary is a loose term. It's basically, we were hired by the people who put on the race to keep people from finishing the race.
So you've sailed before.
Sounds like a mercenary.
Well, in a way, but it's really more just like we were an extra obstacle to keep the race fair because people started upping their game so much that they needed to keep it competitive, you know?
Wouldn't it still be competitive if everyone ups their game?
No.
Okay. So who was running away with it?
Huh? Well, no one, because they hired us.
That seems backwards.
So
No,
what
it seems
you're
like
saying-
we were a necessary part of people not upping their game too much. We downed people's game.
Okay,
Are
I
you
know.
gonna down our game?
No, I'm going to up your game. Our
Okay.
game was so upped that we were able to down other people's game.
I know I'm not always the sharpest tool in the shed, and sometimes I can be a little, you know.
Shed was the
we
last
were-
ship. But
Yeah,
yeah, go
but-
on.
What I'm picking up from this is he's really good at boats, and he could probably help us.
I'm pretty good at boats.
See?
Okay, what do you specialize in?
As you guys are having this conversation, you hear from behind you three a large, burly voice go, Venick, you son of a bitch,
Let's go.
catch! And you see behind you this big, burly Ardent who looks exactly like one of the strong men from the circus.
Perfect.
With the stripes and the mustache, the bald head, but he's got
we're
this
two balded mustache men.
he's got this big sash of giant bombs attached to his chest, and you see that he's lit one with an electric fuse, and he's thrown it at you three.
Into the crowd.
Into the crowd directly at you.
I am further into the crowd.
We'll come back to you three in a minute. Dylan, I'm here. Let's go back and hang out with Reverend Rise. So, you know this place a little bit. It's been a while, probably.
Yeah.
Things have changed. This is probably the busiest you've ever seen it.
Sure.
You've never seen a full dock before.
Sure.
All 50 racers are in the race. I think when you were racing, it was probably like 20, 30 racers, but the full circle is packed. You see boats, giant beasts, leviathans, all different types of ships from all different walks of life. And it's incredible. What are you doing?
I think maybe I'll start seeing if I can find familiar faces. I raced pretty long ago.
Yes,
right?
yes, you did.
Maybe I'll just look around, maybe spot a familiar face if I can, because I'm trying to get on the ship.
Yeah.
You know, I'm trying. We'll start with the people I know first.
Okay. You're walking around, like you're on the outer edge, kind of looking at all the ships in the port, seeing if there's anyone, like any ship that you would recognize. And you do come across one, the Perseverance, Captain Sarah Greenwright. Her mother ran the race several times. She died in the more recent years. Nobody knows why, but it's rumored that Tiniox Ellineet took them out.
Sure.
But you know that Sarah was one of her daughters and is continuing the race in her name. And you know that Sarah and her mother, they're Ridgebacks, they're Ardents, and they're divers specifically. Cool. So they know their way around the under leaves. You walk over to her, or you walk over to the ship, and you see her and her crew are kind of talking to one another. And you see a tough-looking woman with oak-colored skin and curly black hair. She wears a full set of captain's garments made of leaves and vines, arranged in such a way that it allows for nimble movement and provides complete protection against Krezerin. Her body is built like a mountain, broad shoulders and heavy hands. On her back she carries an axe made out of petrified bark. She looks tough, she looks mean, she looks like she belongs beneath the waves. She's talking to her crew, she's giving them orders, and they slowly dissipate as you walk up. She turns around and her eyes light up and says, "Rise! Get over here!"
Captain Greenwood.
She rushes over. She gives you the
here.
biggest hug.
Yeah, I'll rap.
And normally you got to be careful with crushing people. This person, not at all.
Beautiful.
She hugs you so tight, you hear plastic start to bend. Yes.
You make a
small
solid diamond in between us.
What are you doing here, Reverend?
I'm stepping back into the sea.
I don't see your ship anywhere. Nor do I see any of your Ascension fools following you around.
That's because we're,
Cannon fire goes off.
it's because we are not fully seeing eye to eye, if I'm being honest. But
Yeah.
I need a ship either way.
She smirks and she goes, "Dang. I needed an extra person this morning, but it's already been filled."
That's all right. How has Captainhood been suiting you?
You see, like, the light in her eyes just kind of, like, goes out from it. And it's like, it's been fine. It's been nice not being up in the rocks for a while. Side note, specifically, I'm reading through my notes. I should have told you this.
Yeah.
She's a runaway from the colony of Ascension.
Okay.
She was somebody that you've always been in contact with, but she left for similar reasons. And so she's come back down and she's looking and she's like, it's been a lot harder than I imagined it would be, but I'm making do and I'm helping a lot of people.
That's good.
Yeah.
The hard work is what gives us the best rest, I find.
Yeah, for some people, I'm sure. You're looking for a crew?
I am.
I think you picked a bad race to find a crew on. I'm not gonna lie to you.
Well, I figure it's the only race I got left. So it sounds like.
Another can of fire goes off.
What is that?
She looks over. It's a wish that was made a long time ago. You probably haven't seen this.
Okay.
Your character, but she points off to the lighthouse with a cannon on top and says, "Most people are getting off the planet. That goes straight to the moon." And you look out and you see, like, there's a sea of ships now surrounding this little island and people climbing up and loading themselves into the cannon. And she says, "A lot of people really believe in the doomsday stuff. They think that this will be the end of the world. And they don't want to be around for it."
Can't blame them.
No.
But that's why I need to find a crew again.
Yeah.
I'm hopeful that with this race, perhaps we can withstand the tide of whatever doomsday might be headed our way.
She smirks and says, "Of course you'd say that. You're too fucking perfect."
I learned it from you, you know. Your small action of running away really got me thinking.
Really?
It
You
did.
really thought about it that much?
It wasn't ever what I expected, that a place can be so bountiful and plenty, and still people would want to leave and experience more. And not only that, reach out, extend an olive branch. And I think about it quite often. You're very inspiring, Sarah.
And she's wordless. She doesn't know what to say, and she says, I'm glad that we can both learn a lot from one another.
Absolutely.
She kind of shuffles her feet and she says, I got a lot of things I got to get a hold of.
I'll get out of your way, Captain.
I can talk to one of the main hands here on the dock. They probably have a list of captains who need some racers.
I can go ask myself.
Okay, perfect. And as you say that, you hear a large explosion somewhere within the bazaar where all the things are. And it's not close, but it's enough to feel it. And you feel like the platform kind of sway, and people are screaming and yelling, and she looks completely unfazed. Sarah's unfazed, just kind of like, oh man, that was early.
I suppose it starts earlier and earlier every year.
I don't like a full house. All right, well, stay safe. Please don't get blown up.
Maybe I can go prevent a blowing up.
You have fun with that. Whoever's getting blown up probably needs help.
Let's go find out. And I'll switch angry face and just like get up on my bipedal legs and start walking toward.
You make swift movement through this. Whatever Sarah was about to say, she lets you go off, and you start racing towards the source of this explosion.
Do the moon shoes make that noise? Boing,
Boing,
boing.
They undercut everything I say.
Yeah.
Thank you for listening. Check us out online at roleplaygamepod.com, where you can find links to our socials and all of our other episodes. Please consider supporting us at patreon.com/RPGPOD. Again, that's roleplaygamepod.com and patreon.com/RPGPOD. Thank you again for listening.